For something to be called a system, it has to have four major characteristics. It has parts and elements that you can identify. So a box of sand is not a system because they're not parts that are separate from one another that can interact. Okay, so just because something's together or laying on top of each other doesn't make it a system. So you have to have parts you can identify. Are those parts interconnected? In other words, do they relate to each other and because of those interactions change what's happening? Right? Thus, again, inert sand doesn't work. Are those effects of those interactions creating additional compound impact over, in general? So, it's not just that they interact, but the interaction causes what you would call meta effects. To say that the connections between these part A and part B produces effects that cannot be produced by just A alone.
Right.
Right. So if you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and pulling out one is not what the problem is. It's how all of these things are interacting together, create effects that are much greater than any single part or any single interaction. The final thing is over time. And that means this is not a 5-day project, right? For a system to really reveal its outcomes, you need time. And that is, it's in that time that the compound elements occur, the constant arrangement of accumulation takes place. And that's what makes systems so powerful. Now, a structure is inert in its description. A structure is built certain ways. It doesn't have that level of flexibility. Systems adapt and change over time. Why? Because they're created for an outcome. If we had changed everything at 1865, if we had just totally broken that system, we would not be here.
Yeah.
It's not slavery. It's also after slavery and Jim Crow and after Jim Crow, right? And what the attacks on the civil rights movement, and the anti-affirmative action, and where we are right now is all an extension of an adapting system, a monstrous adapting system. You can be as anti-racist as you want. You cannot change systemic advantages by being pleasant to individual Black people.